Hi guys, this is Petal. How are you doing? I don't know if you could hear me. um, it's a little bit different today. I'm trying this out. I have no internet, and so I am using my phone to access this, and I don't know if anybody could hear me. So if you could hear me, if you could give me a little bit of a thumbs up. Hi everyone. If you could hear me, if you could give me a thumbs up and let me know. um, so yeah, Karen says yes. So I'm assuming you could hear me. Hi. This is an absolutely impromptu. My internet has been down all morning, and I am just like, okay, well, I want to try this using my phone's very slow hotspot. And so I'm like, so I was like, well, let's try it and see. Okay, everybody can hear me. Oh gosh, this is so awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Lord. Because my hotspot has been extremely slow. And so I didn't think this was gonna work at all, but I figured let me try. So hi guys. I'm like, oh, my friends are hanging out with me. Beverly and Jane and Sherry and Dolores and let's see, who else is here? Geraldine, Church Nelly is here. Hey, Church Nelly. Norma, Sharon, Carmen, Karen. Who else is here? Dory. Oh, wow. Thank you guys, Jessica, Rosa. Rosa was the first one that popped in. Thank you guys so much. Yes, Nacho, Nacho, Nacho. I know. I was just like, I had to do the Nacho thing. Hi, Kenitha. How are you? And Annie and Ursula. Beverly. I think I said Aunt Jane before. Hi, guys. Oh, I'm so happy this internet is working. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Phone hotspot. Thank you, T-Mobile. Hi, Ruth. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, since my regular internet isn't working and I have to use my pad, I don't have access to any of my photos. I have no access to any of my receipts whatsoever because, unfortunately, StreamYard doesn't have that in on mobile devices, which is like, come on, StreamYard, everything else is so wonderful. How come you don't have this on mobile devices? So I don't have access. So I figure we'll just chat. We had so much fun. At least, I don't know. I had so much fun chatting with you yesterday. I'm like, well, we could do the same today because a lot of stuff has been happening and been ridiculous stuff. So I thought we could do that. So before we start, welcome to Facts and Two Cents. This is Petal. As you know, this is a channel that supports the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Harry, Meghan, Archie, Baby Lily, Mama Doria, Pula Guy, the chickens, the Invictus community. That's who we support. The others we talk about, but we don't really support them because we are very biased, we are very petty, and we just embrace our bias and pettiness. So yeah. But we have receipts. We actually come with receipts. Except today, my regular internet isn't working, so there are no receipts. So we're just going to have to talk. You'll have to take our word for it. But yeah, so one of the things that's been happening is Nacho, and I love that Church Nelly put Nacho. Nacho posted one of the wonderful pictures he took with Harry while they won the tournament last week or a few days ago, and he posted this on his Instagram, and it was so cute. The Instagram said something like my joy, something like my joy, watching you smile and be so happy. Oh, he says, what a joy it is to see you smile and be so happy. I love being your teammate. And this wonderful picture, and I'm so sad that I can't pull up the picture because I have it all there to pull up and I can't. But I'm hoping that you guys can have seen it. It's one of the ones I shared yesterday because he had it, and so he posted it today. And of course, the one of the horrible tabloids picked it up, and I saw a screenshot of it on Twitter. Like, Harry touchy feely or something time with Nacho. I was like, Harry, it's his love language. We all have different love languages. And some of us know what our love language is, and some of us don't. But some people, some people, their love language is words of affirmation, which is mine. Some people, their love language is gifts and presents and stuff like that. That's their love language. That's how they feel loved. Some people's love language is, calling, giving a call and encouraging them. That's their love language, or texting them. They are like in heaven when you do that. Some people's love language is touch. And I think Harry's love language seems to be touch. Like he's like his mom. That's how they, accept love or receive love, and that's how they give love. You see him always hugging, kissing, whether it's man, woman, or boy, girl. He's just a very huggy, touchy person. I think that's just his love language. Nothing weird about it. But you know how the tabloids are. They were trying to make something weird about everything. And yeah, I think Meghan, that could be hers too. That's at least part of it seems like that, um Judge Jelly says my love language is that beer? I love it. It's so funny. Ruth says Nacho's Latin and a very physically affectionate culture. Absolutely, it is. I mean, if you've seen Nacho's Instagram account, that's him. That's his whole family. They've just physically very affectionate. It doesn't matter. He's that way with his wife. He's that way with his children. He's that way with his friends. I mean, there's a post there. I think it's with Chris, that guy from Coplay. The post he wrote that, I'm so, he calls him his brother from another mother, I think. And he's like, I'm so happy I'm alive when, at the same time that you are. And so that's the kind of person he is. They're not shy about sharing and showing their affection. And so I just love that. I'm like, you go. Because some guys they're kind of weird about that sort of thing. So yeah, I just love it. And why I titled this thing, a friend that sticks closer than a brother. I mean, you guys have seen just how Nacho has stuck there with Harry, with through all the abuse, and he's always gotten his back, spoke up for him and Meghan, and just really just embraced them with love. And to see Harry so happy and so it's just been bubbling out of him. It's hard if you're a friend that close to not be like, wow, it's so wonderful to see him that happy and to feel so embraced and loved. And so let's just hope that carries over for when they go to Shutter Island. Oh, I just don't even want them to be there. So yeah. Let's see. Who else is chatting? Car watches. The picture of Harry and Nacho will drive William with envy and incandescent with rage. William is always incandescent with rage, so who knows? That would be a normal thing for him. It's so funny because through all the pictures we've been sharing with Nacho and Harry, there is actually a picture of William with whatever his cousin's Mike, I think his name is, his cousin's husband. What is that, Princess Anne's daughter? What's her name? Oh gosh, I don't even know her name. I never pay attention to her. But I think her husband's name is Mike. I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But there was a picture of him and William hugging and, sort of play fighting and having those bro hugs as well. So, who knows? Maybe he's a little bit jealous and like, well, I want my bro hugs too. And so he was hanging out. Oddly enough, where they were was on the estate of Rose and her husband. Rose, that very Rose person. That's where they were. So apparently the girl, she's like an equestrian rider, whatever they call those things. She rides horses, I think, jump horses thing. Anyway, you can tell how much I know about horses. Anyway, so he was there, and that was the farm that they were doing this competition thing, I guess. And then William was there without Kate and his children. And you're like, okay, it's very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. So yeah. But I saw a comment up here earlier. I'm gonna scroll back and see where it is. Uh where is it? Oh shoot, I think I just lost a comment. I should have. You see, now I'm a little bit afraid because everybody's telling me like if you star something, the person will disappear, and I don't want to star someone, and so and then they disappear. So yeah. But anyway, let's see who else is chatting. I'll go back from the top. Oh, Kenitha says, I've seen on other podcasts that Thomas Jr. and Don and Dan Wootton are blaming the squad for Thomas Markle's stroke. Isn't that crazy? Yes. We were having a field day with that mess yesterday. It was the stupid. It was like watching Dumb and Dumber. And I don't know if you know that movie. I haven't seen it, but just Google Dumb and Dumber and you'll understand why I said this. But it was literally like Dumb and Dumber. So Sarah, one of the squaddies from on Twitter, she posted the video of Dan Wootton interviewing Thomas Markle Jr. and who has become sort of quote unquote the father's mouthpiece. And so I kid you not, Thomas Markle Jr. said apparently he went on YouTube. He went on YouTube and he saw some really horrible things about his father. These podcasts saying these horrible things about his father. He name checked Sussex Squad, which I'm assuming is Sussex Squad Pod. And then he said, he's like, yeah, and there's one that's called Royal Sussex. And I am sure that is Meghan. That is Meghan's podcast. And if it's not Meghan, she is paying for it. Literally. Thomas Markle said that Baron is Meghan. So of course I had to tweet at Baron. I was like, Baron, oh, just so you know, you're now Meghan Markle. You need to get your wig and your lipstick ready because you are now Meghan Markle. And it's just, we have been having a field day with this last night, just the stupidity of it. And and somehow Thomas Markle went right past his father's YouTube channel that he literally set up to spread all this horrible thing and say all this horrible thing against his daughter, and went straight for Royal Sussex and Sussex Squad podcast. And apparently, and I haven't seen this episode, I don't know. According to Thomas Markle, Baron had I guess a video where he was making fun of Thomas Markle with all the memes that the squaddies. I don't know if you guys have seen the memes, and I think what I'll do today is pull it into some of them into our community page, since I don't have access to pull it up here. I'll put it on some of the memes that I'm telling you, squaddies are very creative. So they have Thomas Markle dressed up as Edward, Prince Edward, have him dressed up as the Kentucky Fried Chicken guy meeting the Queen. They have named him the Duke of Mexico. So I guess they didn't quite appreciate the Duke of Mexico. And also have Dan Wootton part of the memes. And so it has been a joke in Sussex Squad. So since that, and Dan Wootton, this is how stupid the guy is. He brought in all those memes onto his show. So now all of the squaddies memes are on the show. And to make matters worse, to even the more stupid this gets, they literally blamed the Sussex Squad for Thomas Markle's stroke or his fake stroke. So now we really think we are very powerful, So I'm like, okay, one squaddy's like, okay, I don't get my pen. I need to be signing autographs. So in their mind, they think that they were like pulling down the squaddies or something. And we were just making more fun of them with the stupidity of it all. It was just it was just the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. and it just like, are you people? And so basically why Thomas Markle Jr. went on that site was basically after all of this stuff, he is basically there begging Meghan for money. Begging, I kid you not, begging Meghan for money to take care of his dad's fake stroke. And it's just like these people have no shame. It's the same thing Samantha Markle was about. They're about, well, my dad needs money to take, to pay bills. And, like, next time, maybe don't fake a stroke and maybe don't fake a heart attack. Maybe you won't have to pay doctor bills. You know how expensive it is to go into a doctor. Even if you're just there for a few minutes and they check on you, it's a lot. So they're gonna have to come up with that money. So I'm really glad that Meghan has like completely ignored them and not fallen for their nonsense, because again, that's why he was there. And he was talking about squatties attacking him on Instagram. This guy literally, and we talked about this, and I know Duchess of Success also talked about the same thing. The guy is on his Instagram post. He's like, yeah, I never slagged off Meghan. I never said anything bad about Meghan. I'm like, no, you didn't, but you're stalking her. You're stalking. You're at the at the Polo Club in Santa Barbara watching Harry's match. You're, in Montecito at places. Why are you in Montecito? You don't live there. Not that, you can monitor or dictate to people where to go, but the only reason Thomas Markle Jr. is in Santa Barbara and Montecito is to stalk his sister. Of course, he didn't mention all of that, so it's just like, you people are crazy. You are nutcases. Absolute nutcases. But, squatties have been really making fun of them and mocking them, which is, we know a thing that British people don't really like. They like to mock people, but they don't really like to, they don't like to be mocked. And so I'm glad we have taken that and it's not getting upset, just mocking them. So yeah. Let's see who else is chatting. Oh, it's Moonshine. Thank you, Church Nelly. Homegrown is moonshine legal? I don't even know if moonshine is legal. I know it wasn't legal a while ago. I don't know if it's legal anymore. If it's legal, so let me know, Church Nelly. But that's Church Nelly's love language. So we gonna have to get you some homegrown moonshine. So hi Marjorie, greetings from Jamaica. Hello, my Jamaican sister. How are you? Welcome. Let's see. Karen. Hi, Karen. How are you? Karen says, it looks like the Queen has spent the family to different places so her great-granddaughter can have a peaceful birthday. LOL. Yes, that's right. The Cambridges are going somewhere, I think in Wales or something. I think the Wessexes are going to Scotland, I think. And then the others, I don't know, they're going somewhere. But needless to say, only the Queen and Prince Charles are going to be hanging in the, London area, Windsor area. And I'm telling you, I know the Queen is at Balmoral right now, and I know Harry and Meghan said they're going to be there for the Jubilee, and this is, even now it's been, the whole week, last week, whatever, it's been around the Jubilee time. I think consider all of this like the Jubilee time. My thing, and I wish, and I'm hoping that happened, and I don't know, is that Harry and Meghan left Sunday night and are at Balmoral with the Queen, hanging out with her, doing whatever they need to do with the Queen, and then the Queen, I think, goes back to Windsor, I think on Wednesday night, Thursday, something like that, and then Harry and Meghan leave the Queen at Balmoral and head back to Santa Barbara, and Harry plays his match on Friday because again the new tournament starts on Friday. I think it is the 3rd. Yeah, I think it's Friday. So that's my wish. Now I could be very wrong, and they could actually be there for the other stuff that the press is saying there for. But I'm just hoping that Harry and Meghan are like, no, we're just hanging with Granny at Balmoral, and then we're heading back home, and we're not taking part in all of that mess. So but according to them, that the Queen is gonna take the time off and spend it in. I mean, it's just so much noise. Even again, Harry and Meghan they're not really on social media, so I'm sure they've blocked out all that noise, but it's just like, it just feels like ew, 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 ew. That's how I feel. So yeah. Let's see. Uh, do, 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 do. Ruth says, why are the haters so obsessed with the sexual dynamics of Harry and Meghan's marriage? I suspect they spend an inordinate amount of time fantasizing about their sex life. They're icky and creepy, very. I think one of the big fantasies is that, because we know a lot of the hate directed at Meghan is from jealousy. And so one of the things that a lot of them, I'm sure they're still fantasizing, a lot of them want to be with Harry. They want to be where Meghan is. So there's all these things, there's all these fantasies. And I think that's where a lot of the hate and anger and all of that stuff comes from, because they want to be the one being in bed with Harry, and they're not. And Meghan was if it's not going to be them, they wanted someone who's a white English rose, and Meghan doesn't match up any of those things. And so their vitriol, and from the jealousy and all the sexual frustrations, I guess, comes flying out at Meghan. So it's just, yeah. It is creepy and it is icky, and you feel like you need a shower anytime you see any of those comments. You're like, I need to go take a shower. So yeah, it just eeks. Marjorie says Junior is a liar. If he saw these things, why not report them? It was such a big laugh. Junior also kept saying, my father, yet he wants Meg to be part of their problem. It's his father, so it's his responsibility. And that's the thing with the Markles. They are saying all these horrible things about Meghan, that she's a liar, she's a con, that she doesn't deserve Harry. She doesn't, I mean, all of these horrible things they've been saying about Meghan. She's a narcissist. She, according to her sister, she has a surrogate, or whatever she's saying. She's a fake baby, and all of these horrible things. If Meghan is all of those things, all of the horrible things that you say she is, if those things were true, then why would you want to have a relationship with this person? It makes no sense to me. Like, if I know that a person with all these horrible things that I'm claiming they are, would I not want to run away from that person? Why would I want to have a relationship with that person? So it just and again, the narcissistic mentality of, I can abuse people and say all these nasty things about them, but they owe me to come and be friends with me, or they owe me to have a relationship with me. And and it's just like, the entitled behavior is just, it's out of this world. And not just the Markles. You see that in the British press, see that in, a lot of people, like right-wing people, like, yeah, I can abuse you, but you cannot say that I abuse you, because if you say I abuse you, then I'm going to say that you're just attacking me. And I mean, it's just like, but yes, you owe me a relationship. It's just like, yep, that is just, it's unreal to me. Absolutely unreal. Let's see. Let's move on. Let's see. Lynn says, so Scammy and Miss Wootton are actually watching the Squaddies post. Yes, they are. Dan Wootton always, always talks about the Squaddies, always in those Sussex squad. He said it is with such a nasty tone too. They're always watching our tweets. A lot of their stories, a lot of Daily Mail's stories come from watching our tweets and then twisting it in a negative light, i.e. say the Nacho, because when Nacho posted, I mean, that, and they can also be watching Nacho's Instagram as well. But a lot of us, when Nacho posted it, a lot of us been sharing it on Twitter. So, so don't be surprised. I mean, they're also watching Daniel, Meghan's makeup artist friend. He's been in the UK for over a week, probably 2 weeks, launching. I think it was like a makeup line or something over there. And so, of course, there's an article about that as well. So they are watching anything related to Harry and Meghan, but then and writing articles about this, but then claiming that Meghan and Harry are they're overshadowing the Queen, and it's just like, no, you are overshadowing the Queen with your over the top, ridiculous, obsessive articles. I mean, that's what you are doing. You're the one that's not respecting the Queen. The fact that this is the Queen's Jubilee, that the Queen is who you should be talking about. Harry and Meghan have said nothing. You don't even know where they are. So unreal. Judge Nelly says Baron, Tina, and Michelle are powerfully success. That's why Tim Jr. mentioned them. Love it. I'm telling you, they give Sussex Squad so much power. It's just like, oh, I didn't know we had the power to make somebody have a stroke, but okay. Now that we know, it's like amazing. Lydia says, hi, Lydia. How are you? Thank you so much. Lydia and Trish Nelly are amazing, amazing moderators. Thank you guys. We couldn't do this without you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lydia says, I'm sure he has health insurance. Yes, I'm sure he does. Especially, I mean, there's Obamacare. Everyone that needs insurance can get, Obamacare. So I have Obamacare. So, you know, um, so I'm sure he has that. I don't think he has any problems. Plus, he worked in the film industry. One of our squaddies reminded us that, yeah, because you get insurance even after you have left. There, I'm sure there is some kind of equity insurance that Thomas Markle most likely has that can also help pay his bills. And if he has been faking this, I hope they look into it, which I believe he has been. I hope they look into it and make sure that he's not, again, doing some insurance fraud of some kind. So, yeah. Yes. Karen says, I love that Omi said about toxic parents. He's gotten bold on Yahoo News UK. Love it. Yes. Omid Scobie wrote an article about this today about Thomas Markle and Meghan Markle and them demanding, especially the Markles and the British press, i.e. Dan Wootton, via the and others via the Daily Mail, really attacking Meghan, like how come you could go to and then to talk about not knowing geography is like his thing is like she can travel across the United States to get to Texas. I'm like, that's not across the United States. But they don't know America. But anyways, why can't she go and visit her father and all of those things? And so Scobie addressed that in an article today. And he basically said, Meghan owes him nothing. Meghan owes she doesn't owe the Markles, Thomas Markle, anything, because and Omid called out his abuse, his toxic behavior, his again having that channel literally there. I mean, and I didn't, I've never seen it, but and Scobie mentioned it. I know someone had mentioned it on Twitter about him saying that Lilibet's birth, and I was like, is this guy on drugs? I'm like, Lilibet's birthday, because it falls at the same time in of the Jubilee, that how Lilibet's birthday falling at that time, that it's trashy. And it's just like, does this guy know what he's talking? I mean, like, that's what he's saying about his own granddaughter, that her being born on June 4th is trashy. And it's just like, and so so his basically thing is like, and so he was bringing up all the things how they're, especially in the UK, where people are like, they see a video of Thomas Markle looking like this gentle old man just begging to have a relationship with his daughter. And some of them either don't understand or don't know the Thomas Markle's past and how he basically trashes his daughter every chance he gets on television, all UK, US, well, not really US anymore. US don't even touch him, especially UK and Australia. Again, he has the YouTube channel, and then then he teams up with people like the Dan Wootons and the Piers Morgans of the world, who's been abusing his daughter. And I hadn't realized this, but he is also um, praising those trolls with those like the Yankee Wallies of the world, who Chris Boozy put that whole report out. He has basically been in touch with them, praising them and wanting to meet one of the conspiracy theories, the ones who spread the conspiracy theories. I didn't realize that, you know. And so it has been, so people who are saying like, why can't Meghan go have a relationship? You are demanding someone who has been abused by this man to go have a relationship with this man. And again, we talked about this yesterday, that being a thing, it seems, especially in the UK, where they don't seem to understand why a person who's been abused will cut off their abuser, especially if that person, especially if that person is their father. They don't seem to get that. And it's this weird thing where they feel like, it's okay. It's my father, so it's okay that he abuses me, and then I just have to suck it up, take it and suck it up, and press on. And it's just like, wow, no. So Omid, again, long to say, Omid's article was like, no, Meghan don't owe him a damn thing. So there you go. Let's see. Ma Jones, hi Ma Jones. Ma Jones says, unfortunately, Thomas Markle sees his daughter Meghan like a check doesn't have feelings. Absolutely, absolutely. That's Meghan is a checkbook or a bank account or a bank. So I can abuse her and she doesn't feel it. It's exactly right. This is the same Thomas Markle who said he doesn't believe that his daughter was suicidal. He doubts her suicidal. He said, basically called her a liar, that she wasn't suicidal. He basically called her miscarriage a lie. Not basically, he did, you know. And so, yeah, it's the same thing again. It's that tungsten. It's Prince Charles calling her tungsten. That hard metal that doesn't have feelings. So I can abuse Meghan all I want, and she doesn't have feelings. She still has to have a relationship with me, and she still needs to pay money. She still needs to give me money when I need it. And that's the thing. And I don't believe this just started. I have a feeling this has been their entire relationship. I believe their entire relationship has been transactional, where Thomas Markle will pull one of these things and to get Meghan to give him money. And Meghan may have always been giving him money. And that's, it's like, that's Thomas Markle's love language, getting money out of his daughter. And I think Meghan may have been doing that her whole life. And this is where she said no and stopped. And yeah, I don't think he really ever loved Meghan. I think he loved the fact that he can get stuff out of Meghan, And so, and there was a video even long before Meghan even knew Harry, where she was talking about, how difficult her relationship was with her dad. Yeah, I don't believe, this is a new thing. I believe this. I mean, you don't just all of a sudden up and be like this. I believe this has been their whole relationship. And Meghan has just now got clued into, this is who this man is, and I can't have him in my life. So yeah. Let's see. Joyce, hi Joyce, how are you? Joyce says, if the Markles were the black side of the family abusing her, would the UP give them this platform? No, absolutely. The UK would not give them this platform if it was a black person abusing. If it was a black person, or a black family abusing a white person, they would never give them that platform, because when black people do it, it's black people doing it. They are criminals. How they look at us. But when a white person does it to a black person, we've seen, Thomas, what's his name, Piers Morgan use this platform for how many years on national television with no consequences, abuse her day and night, day in, day out, and with no consequence. It's sick. Oh no. I'm hoping oh no. Okay, I think it's working now. Um, okay, okay, good. Oh my goodness. This internet is going in and out. Oh my gosh. So Star says, Paddle, we shouldn't be surprised that some in the UK don't see anything wrong with being abused. They have been abused for generations by the empire, monarchy. It's called Stockholm syndrome and or brainwashing. This, thank you, Sash, because I have been it's been the most puzzling thing to me that it seems like a whole nation of people have bought into the fact that it's okay for them to be abused. And they still have to have a relationship with the abuser. They can't stand up and cut them off for some reason. And not everyone, I'm sure there are some people who are a little more advanced in their thinking than this, but that seems to be like the majority of people responding to this thing have the same mentality. And it's been the most puzzling thing to me. And this explains so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Because it's kind of like, it's almost like you don't feel you are worthy to be treated as a human being. And so then you go off and treat other people the way you've been treated, abusive, and abuse them and think, well, no, of course, they don't have feelings. So, they don't, so, oh my gosh, thank you so much. It has just been the most puzzling thing. So puzzling that this is oh, goodness. Lord, may you help them come into 2022 and change that thinking quickly. So let's see. John, hi John. John says when Meghan was in suit, she sent Tom $2,000. Are we talking about $2,000? I know she was also taking care of him. She would send him money, and while she was working, when she was on Suits. So yes, I know she was doing that. So I'm assuming this is probably what part of what you meant. Yeah. So yeah, she was taking care of him. And again, I believe their relationship was transactional. If you want me to come spend time with you, well, give me some money. What can I get out of you? And this is just where this is just escalated on world stage now. So yeah, I don't believe this is just a new thing at all. I think this is how their relationship has always been. And now Meghan is strong enough and has someone there that's strong enough to help her to stand up and say, you know what? No, I don't need this relationship. It is toxic and I'm moving away from you. So I'm glad when she said she mourned her father. It's like Thomas Markle is dead to her. She has mourned him. She has lost him. So yeah. So I pray and hope that it's for her sake and her family's sake, it stays that way. Cookies and Cream says the Unroyal family is behind the Markle farts, and they want to destroy Meghan in every way possible. Nothing will ever go well for those hateful, racist people until they make amends with Meghan, and I absolutely agree with that. A lot of that comes from the royal family have never stood up for Meghan. They've never, in fact, they've been in bed with the tabloids. So yeah, hello, so yeah, I think this is all part of the thing. If I can't control you, I will destroy you. And that's their motto, when someone says you don't cross the Markles. I mean, I remember I read something where even Rupert Murdoch was saying something to someone, and his comment about the Windsors is that you don't want to cross the Windsors. They're not good people. And if Rupert Murdoch could say that, there's something very wrong with that family. You cross them, you'll pay. And this is all part of it, Gracie says, I cannot wait for Duchess Meghan to write a book about the crazy people. I would love for her to write all of this down. I would love for her account. I don't know that she would do it just yet. I don't know. I know Harry's book is coming out. It's at least supposed to come out later this year. So I'm thinking she's going to give Harry space to get his stuff out and get his thing done. And then she may one day, and I hope she does. I hope she does write about it, and basically as a warning to the next generation because of what that place is. And if the royal family, they don't change, I mean, for my part, I hope they're abolished after the, when the queen goes. I hope they're abolished. But if they're not, if they're there, that hers is like a warning for the next, and reveal all the mess that's going on there, so that the next generation do not have to go through that mess. So yeah, I agree. I'd hope one day she would write it. Let's see. Oh, John is clarifying that. Sorry, Preston error. When Meghan was in suit, she sent Thomas $2,000 a month. Wow, which the other two begged from him. Not a word about that. She was the golden goose. Absolutely, absolutely, John. Absolutely. It's as someone said earlier, she's a checkbook. She is a check. That's what they see. They look at her, and especially now, they know she has funds, and that's what they see her. That's they go on UK TV because they know going on there means you need to say something negative about Meghan in order to get paid. So they do what they do, and then expect Meghan to still write them a check. Again, that's what those lawsuits are for. They expect Meghan to to have paid them to go away, and she has not done that. So yeah. Jessica, oh no. Here we go, Jessica. Jessica says, actually, Harry and Meghan are going to outlive the royal family. As long as they remain in the US, they will soar like an eagle. The UK is dying as we speak. Yeah, I mean, Lord willing, you never know. We don't know when people live and when they die, I mean, the Queen is 96. How many young people have passed on and she is still here? So we don't know what people's lifespan, but we hope that they do. And, but the institution of the monarchy is like dying. I mean, they are on, very shaky ground, especially with the new generation coming up who don't really care about them and want them banished. And, they look to Harry and Meghan. They don't look to William and Kate. They don't relate to them, especially the black and brown people. They don't relate to the Cambridges. So, yeah, I mean, Harry and Meghan will continue to soar. Because they're creative, they have substance, they have a plan, they have a heart to give and to serve. And if none of their production stuff work out, they're about philanthropy. They're the core of who they are is about giving back to the community. So that there was never a shortage of people to give to. There's never a shortage of people to love. There's never a shortage of people to care about for the rest of our lives. So even if the Netflix things don't work, even if Spotify don't work, which I think they will, but even if that doesn't work out, their philanthropic endeavors will keep, that will always be there. And so, yeah, they will always be successful because their heart is about giving. So, yeah. Karen says, how to handle your abuser could be a book for Meghan. Yeah, absolutely. She's doing exactly what you do when you have narcissistic family. When you have narcissistic relationship, she's doing exactly what you need to do. You need to cut them off, and that's it. There is no conversation. There is none, because you try to have a relationship with a narcissistic person. What will they do? Gaslight you. That's what they would do. You can't have some relationship with people like that. So let's see. Going down. Scroll back up. Wow, 400 of our favorite people are here. Wow, thank you guys so much. Yes, thank you, Lydia. Please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. You see the little scrolly thing in the bottom there. Please subscribe. You can also join our channel, be part of our 2 Cents crew. That would be awesome too. So thank you so much, Lydia. Let's see, Hidden Beauty. Let's see what Hidden Beauty is saying. She says, the Markle family are a disgrace, particularly Thomas Markle and Samantha. They sold Meghan out for money. Who can have enemies when they're so-called family like the Markles? I'm telling you. Oh my goodness. I don't think there's been other than the royal family, I should say. But I haven't seen another family like the Markles. literally like a father doing what Thomas Markle has done and what Samantha's like. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong and I haven't, I haven't really been paying attention to other people's family lives. It was like, it's none of my business. But people haven't like literally put their stuff out there the way, those Markles have done. And it is just one of the grossest things I have ever seen. Or, I mean, I don't know. There may be other people, other families that are worse than this, but they are really a disgrace. Yes, in beauty, they really are. It's disgraceful, especially what Thomas Markle has done to his daughter. His daughter, who has been a faithful daughter to him, and so it's just, and it's so funny. I even heard a story where Thomas Markle's mother, Samantha Markle's grandmother and Meghan's grandmother, she was, I guess, ill and dying, whatever, and it was Meghan and her mom that used to go and take care of him. The neighbor posted something, I think, on Twitter that says she had never seen Samantha throughout the time that her mother was ill. And it was Meghan and her mom that she would see. I think even Thomas Markle wasn't even visiting her all that much. It was Meghan and her mom that took care of her. And so it just, this family is, oh my gosh. And I think about the Markles, I'm like, okay, my family are dysfunctional. We are dysfunctional in a lot of ways, but I'm grateful for my family. It makes me so eternally grateful that I'll take our dysfunction any day. So let's scroll up and see who else is chatting. Oh, did you guys see Princess Eugenie? I was talking about this, I was yesterday or something, about that Princess Eugenie needs to get out of that out of Windsor, where she is. She needs to leave and go find a life of her own. And then I got off and then went online only to find out, according to the British press, take this with a grain of salt, because when anything comes from them, you just never know. It could be a lie and they could be exaggerating. But apparently Princess Eugenie and her family have moved. They moved to Portugal. And I was like, oh, you go, Princess Eugenie. Because I've been saying, like, why are they still there? Why are Princess Eugenie still there? Why is, her sister Beatrice, apparently they are not living at Windsor, in Windsor anymore. They've bought a house somewhere else in the UK. But it's like, apparently Princess Eugenie and her husband used to work for this tequila company that George Clooney and his partner owned, Randy Gerber, I think it is. And so he used to work for that tequila company, and a partner to Randy Gerber and George Clooney hired him to do some kind of work with some kind of resort thing in Portugal. And so him and Eugenie and their family have moved to Portugal. And I guess they're going to, they might be back for a little bit of the Jubilee or whatever. But I'm so happy for Eugenie. I don't care one way or another. I mean, it's not my thing, but Eugenie has been one of the ones that have been there for the Sussexes, where they've been the closest ones to the Sussexes. And as we know, they went and spent time with Harry and Meghan not too long ago, earlier in the year or late last year, whenever they did it. But I am happy for her that she has gotten out, that they have gotten out of there, that snake pit, and so it's funny because when it was, I think it was Jack's birthday, probably about a month ago, she posted a picture of them, and you could tell they were on an airplane, something about changes or something like that, she said. And I was just like, oh, maybe that's when they were going. And, no one said anything. Nobody knew. And yeah. So apparently Eugenie has bailed, and good for her. I hope she doesn't go back. I hope this is, I wish her all the best, her and her family all the best. That, apparently where they are is very ritzy and really nice. So good for her. Good for them that they have at least breaking out, or have broken out of that royal messy snake pit of a bubble. So I'm like, you go. So I look forward to seeing other people. I know the little Cambridge's kids are a little too young right now, but I expect when they grow up, they will be like, yeah, no, this is not, I expect to see the Wessex girl who whatever her name is, who they were trying to make a thing for a while there, and that just doesn't work. I expect her, she was supposed to be, she had the choice to be a princess, and she chose to not. So I expect to see her leave as well. I don't, she's one of the younger generation. I don't think this is her thing. Lydia says, yes, Eugenie needs her path. With Prince Andrew as a dad, things can only get worse. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm happy that she's chosen to just leave. Good for her. So I look forward to seeing what she has. She has her little foundation thing that's happening. So good for her. Joy says, I'm glad Eugenie and her husband are out of that home, and Harry and Meghan found a life outside of that family. When Charles become king, they can't rely on Charles giving them money. No, they can't. I mean, Charles most likely is going to kick Andrew out of there. And so they can't rely. They have to go and find their life of their own. Same thing with Prince Andrew. Again, as I said yesterday, whatever we think of it is horrible what he did, is despicable, but his freedom was bought. He now has freedom. He needs to get out of there and figure out how he can be of some use to society. He can never repay what he's done. He can never go back and take back what he's done. He already did it. He can only now figure out how his life can mean something where it could be a benefit to somebody in the world. And I don't think it can happen being in that bubble. I don't think that will happen at all. So like Eugenie, Prince Andrew needs to go for his own good, really, because Prince Charles, I'm sure he's not even going to give Prince Edward that, Duke of Edinburgh title that Prince Edward, that his father said was, and his mother said was supposed to be Prince Edward's. So he might even kick Prince Edward out of his home. Prince Charles, he is a petty one, man. But anyways, John says, and there's Scammy saying, we're all praying for Thomas. Yes, praying for his fake pictures don't get found out. Yep, absolutely. Totally fake. I mean, praying, Samantha, please. Hi, Jody says, see, how are you? Says, it's the Morgan, Piers Morgan syndrome, the leader of the flamethrowers of misogyny in excess. These deplorable pantomime of stalkers obsessing over the irrelevant couple, creating the news and forming opinions. Yeah, I mean, talk about obsessed stalkers. I have never seen an institution be, and allowed to do the things they allowed to do to Meghan, and I'm sure not everyone in the UK, but the minority, the loud minority, have been allowed to abuse two people the way they have, obsessively stalking them and claiming that they are overshadowing the Queen, while their obsession with the couple is what's overshadowing the Queen's Jubilee. And if you notice, Queen Betty has been overshadowed by the press that they're, that they have an invisible contract with. I mean, you have the press there to promote you, but that same press is what's overshadowing you. And it's just like, I'm telling you, the British press is what is going to destroy the royal family. It's already, been destroying them. Piece by piece, the British press is tearing away at any sense of anything that meant anything in the royal family. They're going to take it out. So, yeah. My Jones says, Pablo, do you think Princess Eugenie knows Prince Charles will be taking over soon? Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure that's a conversation. I mean, everything the Queen does is, sort of right now, it's sort of handing things over to Charles to have that smooth transition. Yeah, absolutely. And so I'm sure that's why she bails, because as she knows, Prince Charles will most likely kick them out. Sylvia, Sylvia's talking to Lydia. She says, have you seen the article Miss Scobie writing concerning Thomas Markle turning on his own daughter? Yes. Hi, Sylvia. We were just talking about that. So yeah. So I'm sure if you haven't seen it, I'm going to post it in our community page. Again, I don't have access on here. And I'm also going to post a link to it in the show notes of this video, of this podcast. So I'll put I put a link to it so everyone can have a chance of reading it. Dolores, hi Dolores. Dolores says Harry was fair and being used to cover up all William's errors. Absolutely. And that's what the spare is there for, to throw under the bus so that the heirs could look good. And we are so happy that Harry has his own brother now. He does not need William. And so Harry is no longer under a bus, but loved immensely. So, yep. Let's see. That's okay, Sylvia. We're happy you're here. No need to apologize. Hello, do you also do a like for the fundraiser? We are down to the right. Oh yes, guys. We are still doing that fundraiser. The fundraiser benefiting World Central Kitchen. There's going to in the links of the in the show notes, there will be links to it if you haven't already and you still want to donate. It's open until the 4th of June, so which is Lily's birthday. So if you still want to donate, again, the funds, as we know, will be going to World Central Kitchen. So yes, absolutely. Thank you, Lydia. So again, check the show notes if you want the link to the fundraiser. So yeah, yes, that's a squad fundraiser. Let's see. We are going to be shutting down in a few minutes because Baron is going to be coming up. Lydia said it's around $65,178. Wow, yes. And Lydia just put the link in the chat. So if you want the link there, you can also always click or copy the link from the chat. Thank you so much. I'm telling you, Lydia, you are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So check Lydia's post for the link to donate. Dina says, hi, Dina Cardoso, how are you? Dina says, the entanglement between the tabloids and the royal family is what overshadows the Queen. Yes, absolutely correct. The Sussexes rise above all of them because there's no need for the tabloids. Exactly. I wish someone would say this, or someone would get that through the thick heads of the royal family. For some reason, they think the tabloid will help them. The tabloid is there to destroy your family. You let the tabloids into your family, they will destroy it. Look at Meghan's family. Look at your own family, and they're the ones that's been overshadowing the royal family. They've been overshadowing the Queen and her Jubilee. And Baron's time moved. And do we know until what time? Let's see if I see what time. What time did it move to, Lydia? I'm assuming sometime later. Let's see if I find anywhere that says what time Baron is. So if I find out what time Baron's moving to, I will post it. Okay, so we have a little bit more time. So bye, Carolyn. Have a great day. See you. No, Baron. Oh, Baron pushed back 45 minutes. Keep going. Oh, thank you so much, Patricia. So, I guess Baron is going to be at 1:45. So we have a few more minutes. Yeah. All right. So anyway, when you go over to Baron, make sure we have to make sure Baron has his wig and his lipstick, because as we know, Baron is now Meghan, and he better post a picture. Picture or it didn't happen. I can't get over that. Oh my gosh, the idiocy. Oh goodness. I will post the link if anybody wants to watch the nonsense with Dan Wootton and Thomas Markle Jr., or if you're on Twitter, you will see it there. So anyways, yes. John says donated, but not had any acknowledgement. Have I done something wrong? I would check into it, John, because when you donate, you would get a letter. An email from World Central Kitchen. There's also an acknowledgement, obviously your receipt for donating, like a thank you, and so I would go back and see, maybe the donation didn't go through, or check your emails. And if, definitely check your emails and see if it's there. Check your, what is that? folder that have all the junk, your junk folder. Check your junk folder there to see because if you have never had any connection with the World Central Kitchen, their email could have gone to the junk folder. So I will check that as well. But check to make sure that the donation goes through. Also check your bank and or however you donated and see if anything was deducted. So those are some ways you can check to make sure that your donation went through. But if you did not receive anything, chances are your donation, it just did not go through. So, oh wow, we have a new member, Dina. Oh, welcome, Dina. Welcome to the 2 Cent Screw. Oh, thank you. Yeah, 2 Cent Screw, 2 Cent Screw. Thank you so much, Dina. I appreciate it. Oh, this is your Montecito shout out, Dina. Thank you. Let's see who else is here. Hi, Fire. How are you? And Joanne and Janet. Let's see. I was like scrolling by and seeing people. Let's see. Lynn. Hi, Lynn says, I saw Chef Andres documentary, was beautiful. I believe he is sent by God. His family are beautiful and supportive. Yes, 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 and yes. I mean, I just think of him and his team. They are angels from heaven. And I'm telling you again, that's who I want for the Nobel Peace Prize along with Prince Harry. So yes, yeah. But yeah, I am definitely looking forward to watching this documentary. Yes. So, let's see. Oh, thank you so much, Chosen to be His. Oh, Chosen to be His. I love that so much. I love that name. It says, appreciate what you're doing. Keep up the awesome work. Thank you so much. So encouraging. Thank you for your very generous donation. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you guys for your support. Oh, wow, thanks. I love that. Chosen to be His. I think of that when I think of God. You know, it's like God chose us. I like to think of that. It's like I am chosen, you know. Makes me feel special. So I'm sure that's why Chosen to be His has that too. Feels special. Bonnie says, oh, I think she's referring to John. You will get an email when your donation goes through. Yeah. So whenever you donate, you would get an email saying that. Again, check all your folders, especially your junk folder, to make sure that it didn't go over there. Let's see who else is chatting. Sylvia says, I can't get over that man saying Royal Sussex is Meghan or being paid by Meghan. It is sad. Again, it is very, very sad. And I think it's one of those things where abusive people would look past their own. It's kind of like they have no mirrors. It's like, it's one of the things, you know, with the Markles, or say a lot of those in the British press especially, they have no self. There's no. They don't give themselves a moment to reflect on their own actions. They never take a moment to look in the mirror and see what they're doing. You know, and it's like, how do you get past your father's abusive podcast to get to Royal Sussex and Sussex Squad podcast? How do you do that? And then go on television and talk about that, especially when you have an Instagram account where you're stalking your sisters. You look past your stalking to say that Sussex Squad is leaving him. Excuse me, I just had a hiccup. Sussex Squad is leaving him nasty messages on his Instagram. You're stalking your sister. You know, what do you expect? Love messages? You know, again, I don't, condone people leaving, horrible messages or dangerous messages or abusive messages on people, under people's posts. But if people are calling you out and telling you the truth, like you are a stalker, then yeah, that's not abusing you. It's calling you out as a stalker, which you are doing. And no, he never mentions any of that is stalking. But he goes to, I am being abused. And again, narcissists, they're always the victims. never ever saying what they have done. So it's unreal. Let's see. Let's see who else is chatting. Oh, Matilda. I haven't pulled up Matilda before. Hi, Matilda. Matilda says the other brother claimed that he's tired of wrapping his arms around Ginger, but seeing what's happening now, who was doing the arm wrapping? It was our Ginger, of course. Yeah, and it's so funny. It's not funny, haha, but it's wild because it's like your real brother would go, and again, Prince William, this wasn't just a tabloid thing, make up a headline. Prince William literally said this to a Times reporter. They were at a football game where Prince William literally said this to a reporter to write in a national newspaper that he could no longer put his arms around his brother. And it's just like, at the same time denying that they bullied Harry and Meghan out of the country, and then claim, oh, Harry and William said that story is false, which is a lie. It was all William's team saying it was a false. Harry didn't respond to it, and then just seeing the difference of a friend who is more than a brother. And then, of course, yesterday, he had no problem hugging and putting his arm around Mike, whatever his name is, rugby guy, and it's just, oh gosh. And then people are like up in arms about when Hoda Kotb asked him if he missed his brother and if he missed Prince Charles, that Prince Harry didn't even deal with it. He just went off talking about the Invictus Games. They're up in arms that he wouldn't say, yes, I miss my brother. Who would miss somebody who would go to a national paper, a reporter for a national paper, claiming they don't, they're tired of putting their arms around? Who would do that? And so, yeah, it's just like now Harry has a lot of arms wrapping around him and loving him in a place that actually welcomes him. So kudos to Harry and all of his peeps in Montecito. So, yeah, Kanitha, let's see. Kanitha says more people are becoming aware of the criticism of Meghan. Are becoming aware that the criticism of Meghan are not true. That is very, very true. Especially when, it seems like all of the UK and the right wing of the US were attacking Meghan for going to Texas. So many people who don't normally follow, royal going on, or even Harry and Meghan, were like, no way, we are now going to support Meghan because this is ridiculous. People were shocked at the vitriol for someone doing something that is kind, someone taking their time out to go and do something to serve people, get this much vitriol. If I don't know how many of you are on Twitter to see how horrendous it was, and so many people's eyes were opening to the hate, to the lies, to all of that stuff that's been coming at Meghan, and they've basically converted them to now be supporting Meghan and Harry. So yeah, their little over the top fake outrage has given Harry and Meghan more supporters. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, I thought I just saw something from Sherry Ware. Where is it? Sherry, I think I just lost your thing. I don't know where it is. I'm sorry. I was about to click on it and I don't know what happened to it. Church Nelly says, Petal, they never look in the mirror because they have no reflection. They're vampires, lots of them. You got a point. I hadn't thought about that. They sure know how to suck the blood of their victims. That is definitely for sure. Because again, this is what they're going for. It's what it is. They attack and abuse until the person, they incite someone to kill, or the person commits suicide. This is what they're doing. This is literally what the British press are doing. So it's just, and those who, not just the press, the very loud minority who attacks the Sussexes, and especially the UK and the US. And also, I would also add right-wing Australia are in on that as well, especially their Rupert Murdoch press. They do the same exact thing. So yeah. It's unreal. Absolutely unreal. I actually saw today, I know Australia, their right-wing prime minister lost, and apparently the new prime minister coming in, he's very anti-monarchy. So keep your fingers crossed that Australia might be the next up to declare that they are going to be a republic. Don't be surprised, because I think the new prime minister is very he's Republican, very anti-monarch. So we'll see. We will see. Um, says, the very reason the likes of Dan Wootton, the royal snake, deeply embedded into the propaganda smears of the couple and support the dysfunctional Meghan clan. The very reason the likes of Dan Wootton, the royal snake, deeply embedded into the propaganda smears of the couple and the support of the dysfunctional Meghan clan. If I understand what you're saying, yeah, he is. I mean, this whole stroke thing is Dan Wootton. You know, I had, because I wasn't following them at the time. I didn't know the goings on with Meghan and her father when it was happening. I only again know after the fact. I didn't realize Dan Wootton was tweeting about that as well. You know, how Thomas Markle should have, he would have been a great addition to the royal family. I didn't even know someone posted a screenshot of it. So I had no idea Dan Wootton was all up in this stuff way back in 2018. Because again, I wasn't following royal stuff back then. So I didn't know all of this stuff was happening. And so when I saw that tweet, I was like, oh, wait a minute. So this guy has been involved in all of this stuff way back then. So since, and of course we know the other garbage twin, Piers Morgan, was all a part of it as well. So they're all been involved in this stuff, in trying to use the Markles to destroy Meghan. I mean, it's just, it's amazing to me. It is absolutely amazing. So again, I hope that Meghan, I'm telling you, Meghan is way too nice. I mean, those restraining orders and lawsuits would have been flying from away. I mean, I would go at them. I would not allow these people to be, I would absolutely not allow these people to be attacking me as they're doing. It's ridiculous. So anyways, yeah, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Let's see who else is chatting. Give me 1 second. Want to pull down the volume of my phone. There we go. Let's see. Denise Marcus. She says, if the stroke is real, and she laughs, then that may be God telling him to stop selling your soul before there's no redemption. All debts will be paid in the afterlife. You know, if it's real, you're right. There may be, it's like he can't speak because, if what they say is true that he can't speak, that may be someone saying, you have spoken enough. You have said enough about your child. It's time to shut up. And frankly, I don't want to hear from Thomas Markle for the next year or beyond. So, but, according to Scobie's article, and apparently within 24 hours of him leaving the hospital, Thomas Markle was back in contact with tabloids. So there you go. Apparently he can't speak, but he can write to them, I guess, or text to them, or however he communicated. But he was, according to Scobie, he was back in touch with tabloids. Again, these people are not going to change, who, you just left the hospital with supposedly a stroke that could have ended your life, and you're in touch with tabloids. And it's so funny because I went back and looked at the TMZ video, and realized that the video came from Backgrid? That is that tabloid agency that, that's been like taking those shots of Harry at Polo, those really with those like long lens shots that pop up on Instagram every now and then, really bad quality. So yeah, Backgrid is the agency that provided them with that video. And apparently the guy who Thomas Markle has the YouTube channel with, he is with Backgrid. And so it's like, wait a minute, and that, whomever it is that had that, videotaped him in that hospital, supposedly, that hospital it's like, how did they know to, how did you call Backgrid, or did you just somebody videotape that and send it to Backgrid? Like, how did that happen? I actually tried to call Backgrid yesterday and I couldn't get through because they said they're on because of the COVID, people are working from home, so you can send an email. So I want to know how they came across this video, and so I'm going to be following that up with Backgrid. I'm also going to be following up with TMZ, because if you're in the US and you know what TMZ does, is the tabloid that when Kobe Bryant died, they got video from the cops, which is why Kobe's wife sued the cops for providing TMZ with video of that crash. This is the kind of people TMZ is. They're despicable. So you tell me that TMZ has this, and if you go back and look at TMZ's article that when they first broke this, they never said he had a stroke. They said Thomas Markle said he may have symptoms of a stroke. That's what the article says. And I want to know, because TMZ is so nosy, how come there's not been an article from TMZ about the hospital Thomas Markle was staying, about what's going on with there's been nothing. TMZ has been silent on this. And if you know, the US press is they're not even going to pick it up. So for TMZ to just be there and not have said anything at all since that, other than when he came out of the hospital, they have said nothing about where he is. They have been very un-TMZ like with this. And I want to know why. So I'm going to be contacting them as well, because I'm just snoopy like that. So I'm just in my brain, I'm convinced, and I want to just prove the liars. I don't know. It's just me. But it's incredible. Anyways. So keep your fingers crossed that I get through the Backgrid, and keep your fingers crossed that TMZ would speak. So who knows? Let's see. Fire. Let's see what Fire says. They don't realize they're making fun of themselves with their statements, so that everything they are and do try to project onto positive channels. That's the new tactic they want to go for. They don't realize what they're making fun of themselves with their statements, so that everything they do, everything they are and try to project onto positive channels. That's a new tactic. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. I'm assuming you were talking about the Markles, or I'm not sure. Fire, can you explain that? I'm not sure I understand. I'm not sure who you're exactly talking about, just so I'm very clear of what we're talking about. So yeah. Orlando says Mike Tyndall. Thank you. Mike Tyndall is Princess Anne's daughter, whatever her name is. I mean, if I should go according to Sussex Squad, that we always make up false names for them or wrong names. Whatever Princess Anne's daughter's name, her husband, Mike Tyndall, he was the rugby guy. That was the one that Prince William was hugging at Rose's family farm out there in Norfolk. So yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see who's saying. Catherine Bird. Hi, Catherine. Catherine says, I pedal preach. I think you said preach. I'm assuming that's what that says. Also, we all should tell the US media we do not want to see the Jubilee on the US TV. I want this messy weekend to be over. I didn't know they were showing it on US TV. I don't watch TV. I don't even have a TV. I didn't know. I've seen report that they, like different reporters, like on Twitter, like I saw one with Keir Simmons today talking about it, but I didn't realize that they were gonna, are they gonna do like a live thing or something? I had no idea. Again, I don't watch television, so I have no idea what's there. Ooh, so let us know which channel that's gonna be showing it, and we can, tweet at them. It's like, we don't want that. And if you're on Twitter or whatever social media, you can also contact the whichever channel that it is that you watch and let them know that you don't want to see it on your TV. And if most of you don't, or if everybody tune out, they'll know by their numbers that that's not popular, i.e. Prince Philip's funeral. So when the US tried to do it, they didn't even advertise the ratings because it was horrendous. So yeah. Let's see. Black Queen says, hello everybody. Just been listening. So all of Meghan's great attributes comes from her mother Doria's side of the family. Absolutely. Absolutely comes from Doria. That is where Meghan's, I mean, we've seen the other side as it's so funny. There's this huge account on Twitter yesterday with the whole Thomas Markle Dan Wootton thing. Um he called the Markles Meghan's the Claire side of her family. It was just hilarious how he reworded it, the Claire side. Bonnie says, wasn't that Mike Tyndall said Harry should be punched in the face? Yes, that was exactly Mike Tyndall. And it's the same Mike Tyndall who had said that, I think when Harry, he may have been in his 20s, when him and another friend, I guess, decided to jump Harry to see if the bodyguard would respond. Yeah, that's the same thug from, and it's the same one who claimed that, he doesn't believe in taking a knee. He basically doesn't support Black Lives Matter. Yeah, that's the same one. And yeah, that's Prince Anne's daughter, whatever what's her name? Oven something. I don't remember what her name is. Prince Anne's daughter. I think she only has one daughter. And so that one's husband. Yeah. Trish Nelly says, she's talking to Lydia. I always jumping in conversations. I'm afraid it's more sinister than that. It's like they're trying to incite violence against Meghan, which is exactly what they're doing. It's exactly when Prince Harry said in the Me You Can See, he talked about history repeating itself, and he literally says they will not stop until she's dead. He is very clear. Prince Harry is very clear that the British press is out to murder Meghan. He was very clear. He said it in the Me You Can See. He knew. He's like, yeah, it's exactly what they're doing. And if they're either inciting or bully her to the point where, again, she gets to the place where she doesn't want to live. It's what they've done. Is what they, it's, hello, Caroline Flack and others. So yeah. And the same Dan Wootton was part of that bullying of Caroline Flack. And when she died, the Sun wiped out all of their bullying articles and then posted this condolence, message to Caroline that everybody was calling them out for because they were part of bullying that girl to death. Same horrendous people. And yet they still have platforms. They're still in the UK press, and the UK people have allowed it. So yeah. Let's see. Let's see what else. Denise Marcus. Let's see. What's Denise saying? Wait, if Harry and Meghan are going, that would make American media go. Following American Princess, the only reason showing on American TV. Most Americans don't even know where that dot island. Shade, Denise, shade. That dot island, but you're so right. I mean, the UK population is a little bit less than California. I mean, one of our states. So they are a dot island. They're a tiny little island. They're just loud and just abusive, but they are a little tiny island. And so, yeah, you're right. If Meghan and Harry are there, then yeah, I would see why the American. I didn't thought of that. Thank you, Denise, for that comment, because yeah, they will follow them and they would want to report about them. And frankly, I mean, NBC, they can be shady, especially with what is it, Savannah Guthrie, I think her name is, that does the thing with Hoda. I think that's who. Am I wrong? I mean, I think it's Savannah. I don't remember. You can tell me if I'm wrong. Again, I don't watch TV, but I've seen clips. And I think it's Savannah Guthrie that I saw with Hoda. I could be very wrong. But they can also be very shady, especially towards Meghan. Savannah, specifically, that's one of the reasons I blocked NBC and the Today Show, because they were being shady. And they're still in my doghouse, even though I watched Hoda's interview. So they're still in my doghouse. But yeah, some of the US press could also be very, again, shady. But I rather at least there's more of a possibility that the US press would get it right and they would be fair than anyone in the UK. The UK press is a mess. I would not trust anything that's coming out of anyone in their mouth. I don't care if it's so-called legit. It's ridiculous. Cynthia Steer. Hi, Cynthia. Cynthia says, it is true that children don't owe their parents anything. Children do not ask to be born. Parents are obligated. Exactly. I mean, the child doesn't owe you. I mean, you hope that a child will love you and, respond in kindness and gratitude. But if you're abusing the child with well, I birthed you, therefore you have to take care of me. Well, you gotta expect to understand. You're gonna have to understand that the child will be like, peace out. No, I'm not taking care of somebody who abuses me. If I'm abused, I am nice. Hello. Don't expect that. So, but again, narcissists don't think this way. Narcissists feel that they are entitled. And if you have a relationship with them, they will gaslight you to death. So they will make you think that that you enjoy their abuse. They'll make it. So many people leave these relationships, and I think I talked about this yesterday. So many people leave these relationships because one of our squaddies was saying, who was in the chat, she said when she left, she felt no guilt, and that was important. Because when you're dealing with narcissistic people, they will make you feel like you are the guilty party, that you're responsible for them beating you. You're responsible for them attacking you, whether it's physically or verbally. They will make you feel, and you can feel the guilt that you did something wrong, especially if it's a child. They could feel like they were the one that did something wrong. And no, it is not. It's not your fault. So yeah, very important. Let's see. Annie, hi Annie. Annie says if Tom Markle Jr. think we are interested in his Instagram, he's got another thing coming. It's so funny because when you watch the video, he literally says what his Instagram is. And I know he did that because he wants followers. And yeah, apart from, begging Meghan for money. That's why he said the whole, he says like his Instagram account so people would know what it is. It's just like, seriously, dude? Seriously? Let's see. Let's see. Bright Eyes PBJ. Hi, Bright Eyes. 2 Cents Crew, Bright Eyes. How are you? Bright Eyes says, oh, she's talking to Savannah. I'm sorry. I'm always jumping into conversations. It's a shame because Harry, before Harry and Meghan was seen on NBC with Savannah segment Cooking and Fashion Show. That is so true. Someone posted a video of Meghan, and I didn't know anything about Meghan before Harry. I had never heard of Suits. I had never, again, I haven't watched television in so many years, so I had no idea about Suits. And someone on Twitter posted a video of Meghan being on the Today Show and with she was with Savannah, and I think it was with, what is the guy that they fired him because I think he was abusive and then he sexually assaulted someone. Matt Lauer, I think, was the guy. Yeah, Matt Lauer, and she was doing cooking, and she was doing something with shrimp on a corn cob or something like that. And Meghan was on that show, and I'm assuming she was there regularly, maybe. And and to see how shady they are now, it's just like, again, white women jealousy. That's what I say. And if you're white and you're in the shot, this is not about you. This is about, there is a very clear abusive mentality of especially middle-aged white women from the UK and the US and some in Australia as well. There is that mentality to attack Meghan. Again, she is not the white rose that they were expecting Harry to marry. And if not marry them per se, marry their kid, and that's all a lot of the shadiness, the vitriol, the hate attack Meghan. So that's what that's about. And I've talked about it, and you probably have seen it, you know, the same, at least along the same lines. Yeah. So, yeah. Let's see. Let's see who else is chatting. Joyce. Here, Joyce, what's you saying? Joyce saying Twitter accounts, Instagram accounts, and their phones are being monitored in the event Meghan and Harry contact Thomas or Thomas Jr. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, I don't even think people need to monitor this. If Harry and Meghan were to contact them, they'll go blab it anyway. I mean, you know, there was this thing, I think it might have been in the Mirror or one of those tabloids that says Meghan contacted, or she was reaching out to Thomas Markle through his people. And Samantha Markle was like, that's why, you know, my brother and I are his people, and no, she hasn't reached out. So it was really, you know, at least, you know, she was honest. I never believed that nonsense anyway. I think, again, Meghan says she mourned her father. Thomas Markle is not in her life. So, yeah, I do not think Meghan is going to fall for that nonsense. Dawn, hi, Dawn Robinson. Dawn says, Petal, do you remember when Mike Tyndall said he wanted to hit Harry and see how long it would take for a security gate to get there? Yes, I was just talking about that, Dawn. Exactly. I remember when he said that. And again, you know, it was said in like a jokey thing, but it kind of gives you an insight into how they treated Harry. That they would think something like this would be a joke, that they could jump him, that they could do all these things. And again, I am so excited about Harry's book, because Harry could, you know, and I don't know if he will or not, shed light on what happened to him there and what they did to Prince Harry. Because I will bet you the reason why they're so on edge about Harry's book is because they know the abuse they've heaped on that man. I mean, Meghan talked about when in that text messages to Jason Knopf that he leaked to the court, Meghan talked about being at Prince Charles's house and explaining to them about the situation with the father. And one of the things Meghan mentioned is how they have been verbally abusing Harry, how they've been disparaging him, that's what the text says. And so it's like, it's amazing the amount of verbal abuse that they have heaped on this man. You know, I don't know if Harry will talk about it. I hope he does, because people need to know. So again, he was the spare. So, you know, he needed to take it, I guess. Okay, so we are gonna wrap up soon, because I know Baron is gonna start in about at 1:45. So let's see. Cookies and time for Baron is 12:30. Oh, he had said 45. Is it 12:30 or is it 12:45? Because he had said 45 minutes. So if it's 12:30, so then we'll just take one more and then we'll wrap, so that we can run off and listen to Baron, because I want to know that Baron has his wig and lipstick. So final one, Cookies and Cream. Hoda is a woman of color, is discussing how she is joined in the shady bandwagon against Meghan. She needs to tread carefully. It's going to definitely come back at her. And I'm glad we're ending on this one too. Yes to everything of that. I think sometimes what happens is when you are in that position that she is, I think people like her forget who they are. They forget that anything goes down, that she's a Black woman, that she's not going to have the same opportunities like her white co-stars. She's going to learn pretty quickly that she's Black, and she's better tread carefully, you know. And it's disgusting that she would go the route as her white co-host in that shadiness towards Meghan. You are absolutely correct. And so, you know, Harry did the interview with her, it was a good interview. She did a good job in the interview. I'm going to give her that. But yeah, that shadiness is why I side-eyed her. Definitely I side-eyed her because of this. But anyway, guys, thank you. Let Baron know I'm still blocked. What? You're blocked? Okay, so let Baron know to unblock you. Did he star you? Okay, Catherine will let Baron know that he has blocked you for some reason. So we'll let him know. And so thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm so glad that my phone internet held up and that I could hang out with you. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. We'll try to get tomorrow. So thank you guys so much. Have a fantastic day. Please subscribe. Please join our Two Cents Crew. Share, like. Thank you so much, Church Nelly. Thank you so much, Lydia, for just everything you do to help us to make this space safe in the comments. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me at such a good time. And I will see you guys over at Byron. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so we'll just have some music taking us out here. And so I say goodbye, bye, Ruth and Sarah and Joey and Rosa and Annie and Catherine. Let's see, well, Sarah, Black Queen, and Gift Love. Oh, hi, Gift Love. I didn't see you there. Cookies and Cream and Dory and Anya. Bassani, I didn't even say you. Bassani, I didn't even. Goodness. Belinda and Ruth and Carmen and Lena. Miss Fee and Denise and Catherine and Rochelle. See you guys over at Barron. And yeah, I love you all. Bye.